them moments, like I say, Dave, they're massive in your development as well, like the mental as well as the physical. Like, I mean, stuff like that puts you up for them moments when, like, you got Chris Sette running at you and you think, well, I'm going to have to tackle him. And that's the first memory I have of your debut, just tackling him and going full body, and not many Super League players that do that. Do you think the atmosphere at Skella helped nurture that as a team player as well, and them aspects away from the pitch, what people maybe don't see?
Yeah. In Skella, it was everyone wanted to be at the club, was in and around it, and I think we got better because of that, because you're always fighting for a spot, really. Even in COVID and lockdown, everyone wanted to be in, everyone was turning up, doing the best for the club. And when we came back, it was like we'd never been off. You just try and put everything for each other. If one kid gets clattered by someone, everyone goes out and you've got to clatter him back, and
target on the back now, yeah.
And sometimes it becomes a bit of an arm wrestle, a bit of a grudge match. But as a team, you've got to come together and win the arm wrestle. You've got to adapt and fight your way back out of the dark. Yeah.
I mean, they're for amateur clubs, they're elite environments, really, in regards to what you talk about, the competitiveness and the places, the competitiveness for places. And you've had some great people at Skella. I mean, Carl Beat, like, he's bringing through like all these people. I mean, your academy mates in a way, like them graduates, them people. You could probably pick 20 people out that have come through that system at Skella and come through. I mean, you're playing with some of your friends in the academy as well, and seeing them after the game. Was that a great moment as well, knowing you're putting all the weight together and stuff? Yeah,
well, it's nice because on a pitch, no one really thinks, "Wow, you're just teammates and this that." Now you've created quite a brotherhood with, especially a team you've been at since you were 6 or 7. Beatty's a great guy. He's always put 100% into the team, and he made almost a family within Skella, and it's really nice to come off the pitch and be congratulated, have a bit of banter with your mates as you come off. So it's just nice to know they've got me back, even though I'm not playing out there with them.
And for your pre-game stuff, before the derby, is any routines or rituals that you have before a game? Is anything that stands out? Anything you've done since you were younger at Skella?
In being an FC fan and the family being majority black and white, we used to go to the games, and even when I used to go to KC, I've never been to a game to watch or play without a packet of midget gems in my bag. So it's a continued tradition, and it's always nice just to have them and know you got a bit of security, even though it might not do out. You've still got something, and as a plus, you've got something for after the game.
That's it.
He's never had a black midget gem though. I told
him they were
poisonous to kids.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're poisonous to kids.
Yeah, you can't have them. No,
can't have black midget gems.
No, get over 21, then you can have them. Yeah.
Once you're an adult, you can eat them and you'll be fine.
It's a rite of passage, isn't it? That's really interesting. All that. Then, I mean, it's psychological, but in a way, like, you always know they're there, and you think, right, I'm ready. This is game day. Like, I'm ready to go. Was the current run up to joining the first team? I mean, coming down to training, was any like little things in there, like any kind of things you do before training that would be like, I don't know, tradition or get you used to the environment? Or
no, not especially training. It's majority of the games, that tradition. I only have one because I tend to forget the other ones.
Yeah.
I know if I got a bit of an incentive with midget gems for afterwards, I'd keep remembering it. But no, I'm pretty normal for training. I just try and go out, have a bit of laugh with your mates. But as soon as you're on the pitch, your head's on and you're ready to train.
That's strange, because you maybe didn't notice it, but I did notice.
Yeah.
Because it would go just a little bit quiet. It just a tiny bit quiet, and I don't think there's particularly nerves or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it'd go just a little bit quiet, just in himself, and I think he was just going over things in his head, and then he used to try and get into the zone. He used to put your headphones on and go for a walk around the block sometimes as well, didn't you? And I still see them traits in him, but other than that, no, that was it. No, but just midget gems.
Yeah, midget gems. So if you're watching Midget Gems, we've had Ethan Ryan with Ryanair's. Zach Fishwick would like midget gems, please. Thank you. It's just such like it's so cool to find out them things about players, because people don't really know that. They don't know like what's going on behind the scenes, and it makes everyone seem a bit more human, because people kind of get to the habit of just being like, oh, they're going to play well this week, or they don't have any nerves. But everyone does. Everyone has nerves, and everyone's like everyone has to get used to a new environment or a new challenge. And when you're coming into the first team, what were the people in camp that have been really good with you? What were the people that have stood out and been like, oh, they've been like a signpost for advice or chilling out?
All of them, really. They're all really nice fellas. All the staff, amazing people. They'll come and give you advice whenever. You know, they'll take bits out their own time just to come and help you and give a bit of advice to you. And it makes you more comfortable when you get to the ground, because you know when you've got someone to talk to and bounce off, and you can have a bit of a laugh with them at sometimes. And when it does come off, you know you've bettered yourself as a player thanks to their help.
And for that advice as well, I mean, like you said, it keeps going, the development. I think people probably forget that you are only 17 and there's so much like left to come. Do you know what I mean? Some people say props peak when they're 27. Well, that's 10 years away. Do you know what I mean? But it's so many great things to come. What keeps you grounded? What keeps you looking towards the future in a positive and constructive way?
I've always tried to not let myself float off very much. I like to see myself as still just one of the lads that went to community and one of the lads that turned up for academy training. You know, it's nice to be mates with everyone and have several like connections with friendships and brotherhoods and whatnot, just to give you that homely feel, like you're not anything special. You've got a journey, you've got to work hard for it, and when you do get that reward, you're still no different. You just have to keep bettering yourself for it.